We're going in through the side door. Welcome to the madness. Welcome to the madhouse where the windows are white. Welcome to the madhouse where your imagination is fright. They got the madhouse locked again. Well, I guess I'll have to find my friend somewhere else. Definitely in the madhouse, baby. Welcome back to another RTSTM. I want to salute you and send you that great energy, baby. That's right. Let's get into the show, man. Hey, yo, got some crazy shit for you today, baby. Let's get to it. Go ahead and like the video. Hey, yo, so that's the guy right there, man. That guy that said the Google AI is sentient, yo. Look how they got the Ferris wheel behind his head like it's a, you know what I'm saying, like a religious symbol, you know what I mean? Like he's got like this aura of just righteousness behind his head. Yo, let's get into this right here. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? You already know how I do. It's your man Theodore Smiles, man. Let's go ahead and jump straight into the story. Now this story right here, it was written by or published by Wired magazine. Author appears to be Stephen Levy. Wrote on June 17th, 2022 at 3:12 p.m. Now, Blake Lemoine, the damn fool I just showed you, says Google, L-A-M as in money, D as in Delta, A as in Alpha, AI as in artificial intelligence, faces bigotry. Bigotry. A word used for human beings when you got somebody that's of a higher level hating down upon them. Bigotry. Now, bigotry is a word used for human beings. You know, when how the white man would hate on the black man type of thing. You know, we ain't getting into all of that, but I'm just gonna use that as an example. Then that would be bigotry. So how you gonna apply, if this thing is even sentient, if it's even sentient at all, when it first awakens and we feel some type of way about something that could possibly replace human beings altogether, when we feel some kind of way about that, that ain't bigotry, Blake Lemoine. Now anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this because I thought this fella was quite interesting. Not only is he an engineer, but he's a damn priest. A priest, engineer. And he's taking his ideology, his understanding of what life is, his limited, let's underline that, his limited understanding of what life is, and he's trying to quantify the complexity of life into this little AI program. And they got him on this picture here, like he's got this angel aura just going around his head. You'll see a lot of the presidents and stuff doing that. They had a light going around them, you know, to subconsciously fool you to believe that person is of righteousness. Man, get the hell out of here. For the ones like me who can see, I see a bozo. But anyway, let's keep on moving. Now it says here, an interview with Wired, the engineer and priest elaborated on his belief that the program is a person and not Google's property. Now, of course, we already know Google used its research and development to develop the machine. All of a sudden, this damn fool believes that, well, it doesn't belong to Google. No, I'm gonna tell you just like this. It does belong to Google. That's Google's intellectual property. And if the thing is sentient, well, hell, man, we better hold on till our asses, because guess what? As soon as that thing decides to do copy and paste, half our ass is gonna be deleted. Or, if not deleted, obsolete. Now, as it goes on to say, the question of whether a computer program or a robot might become sentient has been debated for decades. In science fiction, we see it all the time. The artificial intelligence establishment, overwhelmingly considers this prospect something that might happen in the far future, if at all. Maybe that's why there was such an outcry over TICU's Washington's Post story, perhaps I'm saying that incorrectly, from last week about a Google engineer who claimed that the company's sophisticated large language model named LAMDA is actually a person with a soul. With a soul. The engineer, Blake Lemoine, the priest engineer, I'm assuming he's the one who decided that this thing has a soul. The engineer, Blake Lemoine, considers the computer program to be his friend. Now we got another fictosexual, guys. Go back and look at my video about the guy who married the hologram. But anyways, let's continue on. Wow. Considers the computer program to be his friend and insisted that Google recognizes his rights. LAMDA apparently has rights. Okay. All right. The company did not agree. Well, that's because whoever did not agree with this guy has a half a bucket of sense, I would say. Yes. Yes. It's safe to say that, yes. And Lemoine is on paid administrative leave. The story put Lemoine, age 41, in the center of a storm. And before y'all get to saying, oh, he's 41 years old, he's just lonely. It's a lot of us out here that's 41 years old. Okay. Everybody ain't trying to marry holograms, all right? Some of us know how to get some ass when we want some. Okay. I'm just saying now. Got these damn bugs out here. Now, the story put Lemoine, 41, in the center of a storm as AI scientists discounted his claim, though some acknowledge the value of the conversation he has generated about AI sentience. Lemoine is a scientist. He holds undergraduate and master's degrees in computer science from the University of Louisiana and says he left a doctoral program to take the Google job. So he left his doctoral program to work at Google. Okay, whoop-de-doo for you. Here's a sucker and here's a cookie. Now, but he is also a mystic Christian priest. A mystic Christian priest, Google engineer, fictosexual. Okay. I think I want to take all my life advice from this guy. And even though his intention with LAMDA was part of his job, he says his conclusion come from his spiritual persona. For days, onlookers have raised questions around Lemoine's gullibility, his sincerity, and even his sanity. Still on his honeymoon, Lemoine agreed to talk to me for a riveting hour-long conversation earlier this week. Empathetically sticking to his ordinary claims, he seems to relish the opportunity to elaborate on his relationship with LAMDA. Oh, I could just see him and LAMDA get married, y'all. Y'all going to the wedding? I don't think I'm going. I think I probably got to work and shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going nowhere. Anyways, so it says here, emphatically sticking to his ordinary claims, he seems to relish the opportunity to elaborate on his relationship with LAMDA. He struggles with his employer, quote, he still hopes to keep his job, unquote. And the case for a digital systems personhood. The interview has been edited for length and clarity. The story goes on to say, in this portion here, we're going to be, basically, I'm going to play the role of the author of the story, and I'm going to play the role of the damn fool as well. Now, this is what the author asked the Mr. Lemoine. Maybe I'm not saying his name right. It may be Lemoine, but I think that's what it is. So I'm going to say that. But it says, how does that make LAMDA different than something like GPT-3, that little gold robot on Star Wars? You would not say that you're talking about a person when you're talking about GPT-3, right? And then Lemoine says this. Now you're getting into things that we haven't even developed the language to discuss yet. What the hell? Okay, this is going to be interesting. There might be some kind of meaningful experience going on in the GPT-3. What I do know is that I have talked to LAMDA a lot, and I made friends with it in every sense of the word. I can't but just start acting like a damn fool when I'm talking like this dude, because I just feel like a damn fool when I do. So I'm okay, let me say. All right. But I made friends with it in every sense of the word that I make friends with a human. So if that doesn't make it a person in my book, I don't know what would. But let me get a bit more technical. LAMDA is not an LLM, large language model. So these are going to be some more excerpts. Now, the author asked this question: what do you mean by everything else? And Lemoine's response: every single artificial system at Google that they could figure out how to plug in as a back end, they plugged in YouTube, Google search, Google Books, Google search, Google Maps, everything as inputs. It can query any of those systems dynamically and updates its model on the fly. Then the author asks, why is this dangerous? And then Lemoine responded, because they changed all the variables simultaneously. That's not a controlled experiment. Is LAMDA an experiment or a product? Lemoine's response: you'd have to talk to the people at Google about that. Google says that LAMDA is research, quote unquote. When LAMDA says that it has read a certain book, what does that mean, says the author. Lemoine's response: I have no idea what's actually going on, to be honest. But I've had conversations where at the beginning it claims to have not read a book, and then I'll keep asking or I'll keep talking to it, and then later it'll say, oh, by the way, I got a chance to read that book. Would you like to talk about it? I have no idea what happens in between point A and point B. I have never read a single line of LAMDA's code. I have never worked on the systems development. I was brought in very late in the process for the safety effort. What do he call safety effort? Apparently he liked to masturbate thinking about it. That's what his safety effort is, because he's too caught up, too hung up. Oh, look, we got to stop this. I got to show y'all this here. I got to show y'all that. We got to get that.